Hey, welcome back. This is just going to be a quick video where I go over the new river I have finished up, and I decided to make a little scene out of it just because I had already dug out my Realm of Battle board, which I'm seeing has gone about as bald as I have, so I'm going to have to do some really quick gluing and sealing here in the next couple of weeks before the kind of summer weather we get ends and we get into fall weather pretty soon, which comes early for us and is pretty wet. And I'll need to take this outside and spray it down, I think. But yeah, the river I think turned out really great. So again, this is a Pegasus Hobby River set. They go for about 25 bucks, give or take, is what I see when I can find them right now. And inside you get 6 pieces. You get 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of these. I have 2 sets here with 2 more pieces right there. I do apologize for the layout. I just really kind of spur of the moment threw this table up the other day, and I just haven't had a chance to do anything else with it. And I know there's some mess around here, but well, this is also an area that my kids play in quite a bit. So with us back to work now, I just haven't had a chance to really keep up with the house cleaning, specifically picking up their toys. I'm cleaning versus tidying, so I apologize if you notice anything sort of scattered about in the background. Anyways, what I did is took the Pegasus Hobby Rivers, as I said. I put glue, paint, sand mixtures over all the riverbeds, which originally were, this kind of terrible blue, light blue river look. Very generic. Totally fine for 25 bucks. But, I just figured I could do better, and I really think I did. They were also just plain plastic. This is what you got. Nothing special. They had no texture other than there was a little bit of like rough edges on the banks. But again, all of this has been touched up with different modeling paste and my own homemade texture paints. So after that, I was able to just give it all a quick dry brush, add in some extra colors. I just went for a very like dirt, mud, river look, and then it was layering in AK Interactive water effect, which I think looks really, really good. And the only thing I did extra is on 2 pieces, this one here, and this one here that this hunter and his Noblars are crossing. I made some Fords. I did that just by using some base ready material from Geek Scenic that I've had for a couple of years, probably more, kicking around. It's a really nice product, and I think it was just kind of like in my head, it was a really quick way to make it look like a very shallow area. Also, for all of these ones, they have 2 layers of the water effect. I really wanted it to not just look like kind of like this one does, where it was a very thin effect. So what I wanted was the thicker, deeper look. Now, obviously, this is not a very big river, so in game terms, it doesn't look like it should be very deep. It's more of a stream, but in miniature wargaming, you use what you can, and in space terms, it's very difficult to get a very realistic, deep-looking river, I find. You do have to give up something. You either have something that's very large and takes up most of the table, or you wind up with, something like this, which is much more usable, but it, doesn't really have that true river effect. Again, this is more of a stream, but again, because I have the Fords, somewhere I have a bridge. I don't know where it is right now, and which will go, over there if we were thinking of this setup, so that there was a bridge there, a big Ford, and a small Ford to the side. That would be sort of the balance of the board. I don't really, think that there's too much to be said that's not immediately visible. Again, I flocked everything with the same flock mixture I have on the board here, and have a entire sack full at the bottom of the Realm of Battle bag, because again, it's shedding like crazy. I don't know if the glue I used has like sort of given up and stopped doing its job, or if I put it somewhere where there was too much humidity and it's like let go. But I know that every time I take this out, it just kind of like loses some more. So it's going to get a retouch up, or a touch up, and a coat of something more durable. I think the last time I just sort of used hairspray, which was fine. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the hairspray is giving up on its bind, which makes sense. So I will probably use a watered down PVA this time with a squirt bottle, which I have, so I don't really know why I didn't do that last time. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think that with some miniatures on the board, some other terrain pieces like the manor house, got the Death Knell Watch, some of these modular hills, a couple of MDF houses, and the I forget what it's called, layer of the Astromancer, I think is what it was called in Fantasy, and it was like the Witch Scryer Citadel or Witch Scryer Tower in Age of Sigmar, which is when I bought it. It was a reprint of that kit. Again, sorry about the background there. Like I said, my kids are sort of going wild now that school's back in session whenever they get home and their friends get over here. So I really do have to get after that this week and tidy up. But yeah, anyways, Kurt Hellborg and I guess technically Vaulted. I just use him as an Archlector on horseback. They're taking the Reiksguard out to stop these ogres that are, they're coming in. They're trying to enter the Empire. There's a steam tank and a cannon in support. And then there's a hunter and his Noblars flanking, like I said, as the tyrant and his Iron Guts. I forget all the names. I haven't played in forever. And then they're giant. They're all coming across this ford. So yeah, like I said, I like the way it looks. I think with the miniatures on the table, you can see that the river set really does. It works. And again, it's cheap. If you bought the river set for the price I've seen it, if you bought yourself I forget how big it is, but it's a fairly good sized tub of of the water effect, and the flock and the tufts and all that. Like I have a few different tufts, and flower type tufts, different things. But basically, yeah, if you bought all that stuff, I'm pretty sure you could buy, well, 2 sets of these rivers and the paint and all that, and you can do this for like $75, which is, it's a lot. You can obviously do much cheaper, but I mean, I don't really normally consider material costs. Just, I guess in this case here, the rivers would be $50 is what they cost now, versus the 40 when I bought 2 of them. And I think what I like about this versus some of the more flexible options, besides the fact that I cannot find a good costed mat like I keep seeing online, everyone that's using those rubber mats and turning them into roads and rivers, I don't know how they're getting them so cheap. Everywhere I look, it's like $15 is on the low end for like a foot of it. It's 3 feet wide, but it's just, you don't get a lot for your money. So I don't know. I have to think about that one, especially when they're doing those big mats. I keep hearing people talk about, they're buying a 6-foot length of it, and it's costing them, $30, and it's looking like, $70-$80 for me. So I don't really quite get it, and I can just buy a neoprene mat for pretty much the same price at that point. But yeah, the thing about this too, I guess, because it's plastic, the other is going to be durable. I guess you can there's the water effect you can see. There were also clips. I guess I should point that out. I cut these off just because I think it's going to be easier. The clips were never that great to begin with. They were you can see from this, they were quite large clips. They sort of just like locked it, which was great. But it was very rigid. This way you kind of just have the option to shove it around a little bit if you have to. But yeah, it's very, very durable. And I think for the most part, this should stay together pretty well. Again, I covered this in glue. I think there's a couple I need to put. Yeah, this one here I need to put glue, watered down glue over the flock. But like this one I already did, and it's pretty hard. It's not going to come off unless I really beat the shit out of it, and I try not to do that. But I do like to have terrain that can take a beating and suffer very little damage short of maybe these flowers. But yeah, anyways, this video is kind of stretched on a little bit longer than I thought. But I just, yeah, I'm kind of like antsy. I'm itching for some fantasy. A buddy of mine, we're going to have a game here soon. I don't know if we'll have a game this week, but, hopefully. Maybe I'll play my Empire, maybe I'll play my Ogres, might play my Skaven. Haven't decided yet. Just need to, get the board ready. Probably won't use all this this layout just because it's kind of weird, and that hill back there needs some work. I haven't done anything with it since I picked it up a few months back. It's mostly I just got it because I wanted to have another set of hills to go with the built-in hills this table has. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to stop there because I'm just rambling. And thanks very much for watching. If you have any thoughts or comments, if you have any questions about anything I did to get this river to look this way, just leave those down in the comments and I will happily answer those. Thanks very much for watching and have a great day.